Time to get to the actual tier list itself. Tab. Time for the meat and potatoes. So let's start with Final Fantasy XIV. Makes sense, since this is a list for people who haven't played any other Final Fantasy game other than 14, pretty much. Final Fantasy XIV overall, A tier. A Realm Reborn and Dawn Trail, C tier. Stormblood and Endwalker, B tier. For, like, complementary reasons. The first part of Stormblood was weak, the patch content was fire. But 4.0 is still way better than 7.0 and 2.0. Conversely, even though I like Zero's character, Endwalker's patch content was weak, but 6.0 was fire. So B tier. And because of Shadowbringers, A tier. And Heaven's Ward. Almost forgot about Heaven's Ward. But yeah, Shadowbringers and Heaven's Ward, A tier. That being said, Heaven's Ward was really, really good. But I mean, it's on par with like a lot of other A tier games. Same thing with Shadowbringers. Very overhyped, but yeah, still really, really good. I mean, Heaven's Ward was just... Look, without the music, Heaven's Ward is just not nearly as good. The soundtrack carried Heaven's Ward. Plot-wise and gameplay-wise, it was okay. But the soundtrack carried Heaven's Ward to A tier. Dragon Song literally carried that expansion on its back. Like a fucking biblical cross, okay? Meanwhile, Shadowbringers, the recharacterization of the Scions due to the time skip for them, hard carried 5.0. Hard carried. Like, if you look, if we're being objective, if you take away some of the songs from Heaven's Ward and the characterization of, well, the dragons, Nidhogg, it's here. It's like with Stormblood. But Nidhogg plus Dragon Song plus the ending of 3.3 carries it up to here. Shadowbringers, same thing. Everyone thinks, ooh, but Evil Light is so cool and unique. And Shadowbringers is normie bait. Because as someone who has watched Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 2, the Light of Destruction arc, I am here to tell you that Yu-Gi-Oh! Did Evil Light just as good and in some ways better. This isn't my first rodeo with Evil Light, okay? Also, you could argue that Bayonetta, evil angels that you have to kill with a Umbral Witch. So yeah, light being bad is a common thing in Japanese media because, you know, yin and yang is disharmony within the Tao. Passivity taken to extreme is just as bad as activity taken to its logical extreme. It is only in Western media that light good, dark bad. In Eastern media, it's disharmony bad, harmony good. And that could be caused by an imbalance of light and shadow. Like, it doesn't really matter. Light taken to excess, bad. Darkness taken to excess, bad. So, yeah, normie bait. It's like, oh, wow, this is so cool. As a Western gamer, I never experienced anything like this. I've never played a JRPG. This is completely new. For me, I'm like, ugh, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Ugh, Bayonetta. Oh, well, it's still good. But, I mean, it's been done before. Hate to burst your bubble. To all the normies watching this, but Shadowbringers was so good. I didn't say it was bad. I just said it's been done before. There's a difference. And I'll be honest with you, that the whole Crystal Exarch plot point was very boring and predictable. I'm like, oh no! I did the Crystal Tower. And I know who's in there. And he's not in there. And there's no way, via the laws of time travel, which was heavily hinted at in the trailer, that you could take the Crystal Tower from the past or present without it disappearing in the present. Ergo, it's the Crystal Tower from the future. Which means Graha would have had to have been in there at some point. Which means there would either be some record of him being in there, or he would still be in there. But the fact that he's not out of there when it got to the first implies he must have been still in there. Or some record of him. So the fact that the Crystal Exarch has no idea who Graha Tia is leads me to only one logical conclusion. The Crystal Exarch is Graha Tia himself. And boy, did they hold that one close to their chest for like 70-80% of the entire expansion. Boy, did they think they were fucking clever. Meanwhile, I'm like, any day now, Graha will just tell me who he is. Any day now. Any fucking day now, Graha will just confess. Come on, Graha, open your damn feline trap. This is getting annoying. All the writers are taking the piss now. Get on with it. We all know who this guy is. I'm not stupid. So yeah, I felt like my intelligence was being insulted there. So, yeah. Now it's time to go down the list. Starting with the OG Final Fantasy. OG Final Fantasy? Yeah, the plot is very basic bitch for an NES game. Very grindy NES game, but I love grindy games. I'm a fan of Disgaea, so... Let's just say I did Eureka for the grinding, not for Baldesion Arsenal, although Baldesion Arsenal is fire. I'm that mad lad. So, in my opinion, it's B tier. It's grindy, the plot is very bare bones, but the gameplay is so good. The replay value is so good, but it's just, saying it's the same as 14, like the best expansion of 14 is just not wrong. But saying it's like on par with Dawn Trail also is just wrong, because sometimes less is more. Like, less Wook Lamont would have been more. So, B tier. Final Fantasy II. Ooh, this is a toughie. If Final Fantasy I had a generic... leveling system where you just buy your spells from vendors and you have 3 spell slots. And Final Fantasy II also required you to buy a lot of your spells from vendors, including finding some in the world. But its leveling system was very unique. It's classic WoW on crack. You want to level up your weapon skills? Hit the enemy. You want to level up your spells? Hit the enemy, or in the case of cure and buffs, use it on your party. Over and over and over again. If Final Fantasy 1 is grindy in one way, Final Fantasy 2 is grindy in the other. It's classic WoW style grinding. Find a mob and beat on it, and you'll get stronger. And there is no traditional leveling system other than that. It's just skill levels, which I like. It's interesting. It's unique. I like Final Fantasy 2, even though some people say it's one of the worst games in the series. Because it's different. Ooh, different is scary. And because of that, and because it's an acquired taste, and it's unique, and the plot is very basic bitch. Rebellion against an evil empire. It's basically just Stormblood. Due to the gameplay being unique and fun, but not everyone's cup of tea, I would argue, just like Stormblood, I would argue it's lesser than Stormblood. In C tier with Dawn Trail and Realm Reborn. But it's good! It's good, it's just different. Final Fantasy 3. Ooh, I fucking love Final Fantasy 3. It's also very grindy. They expanded out the job system from 1. They brought that back with more jobs. And you can now change jobs. Just like in 14, the first game where you can change jobs. But the mechanics of the job system were... How do I put this? Very bare bones. It was the first game with multiple jobs where you can switch between them. Whereas Final Fantasy 1, you pick a job at the beginning of the game and you stick with it through the entire game. You can't change. So, because of that, the job system was done way better later, as 14 has massively proven. And just like Final Fantasy 2, it's in C tier. I love the game, but objectively, it's mid. Final Fantasy 4. It is nowhere as good as Final Fantasy 14. But it's really fucking good. Just like Final Fantasy 1, I would put Final Fantasy 4 in B tier. Solid game. Traditional JRPG. Active time battle. Grinding. The classes are locked to the story. Unlike 3 and 1. But they were fun to play. So yeah, okay. Fair enough. Final Fantasy 5. Controversial placement. A tier. Final Fantasy V is A tier. Okay? That's when the job system got really, really fucking good. There's a reason why Occult Crescent is stealing it for the Phantom jobs. Because it's that fucking good. And, anyway, point is, the job system in 5, so good. And the plot to 5, it's very formulaic and cliche, but in a really good way. And Xdeath's a really cool villain, and I feel no shame in mentioning the villain's name because Deltascape spoiled him. If you've done Deltascape, you know about Xdeath. It is what it is, but it's still worth playing just for the gameplay alone and the plot. Look, Deltascape didn't tell you the whole story, okay? Trust me. The plot's good. Final Fantasy VI. A tier. It's not S tier. I'm not Jesse Cox. I cannot put it in S tier. It's a good game, but it's not S tier. Final Fantasy VI is, I really like Final Fantasy VI as I've gotten older, but it wasn't one of my childhood games. I liked it later in life. And 6 is just, it's good, really good story, really good characters, but the magic system of that game is... Look, you can clearly tell it's a prototype of Final Fantasy VII's materia system, and it shows. The gameplay holds back 6. Whereas the story of 7 holds back 7. Another controversial take. 7 is also A tier. It's really good. It's earned the hype. But it's not that good. It's like the Shadowbringers of the single-player FFs. It's the best thing ever! But it's really not. But it's so good! But is it really? Just like 6 is the Heavens Award of the single-player FFs. It's like, it's so good! And you're right, because of the soundtrack and the story. But the gameplay is just... It's not bad. It's way better than some of its contemporaries. It earns A tier, but the magic system, I'm sure the materia system is so much better. It's so good. Meanwhile, 7's story is just... Look, I'm one of those people, I like the compilation way more than the OG FF7. And I like Zack more than Cloud, so you can probably guess where I'm going to put Crisis Core, and it's not A tier. It's above A tier. But spoilers, I know, but it's like Crisis Core is better than the OG. It's just but the OG is really good and earns its placement. Final Fantasy VIII. Even though the junction system is an acquired taste and the draw mechanic is a trap, Triple Triad is so good, especially if you know what you're doing to break the game and get the best junctions imaginable, that unlike Final Fantasy 2 and 3, I cannot in good conscience say it's C tier. Even though I can't. It's B tier. It's with 4 and 1, okay? It's not good enough to be A tier, even though I fucking love it to death, and it's one of my childhood favorite games. I was watching Iron Mouse and Seadog VA play Final Fantasy VIII, watching that VOD. I watched it all last week. And Iron Mouse literally said she wanted to be Renoa growing up, and I wanted to be Squall. So, yeah, it's a good game, a childhood favorite, a guilty pleasure. But if we're being objective, it's not C tier or A tier. It's like, it's too good to be C tier despite its flaws, but it's too flawed to be A tier, even though I love it to death. It's just, The junction system is objectively more flawed than the Esper system of 6. It's just, It is what it is. Final Fantasy IX. S tier. I know. Dawn Trail is C tier. 9 is S tier. How did we go from the source material to Dawn Trail? That is indeed a question. We're probably never going to get an answer to that one. But yeah, 9 is that good. Play it. For the love of the 12, play it. 9 is a phenomenal S tier game. One of the best Final Fantasies ever. 9 is amazing! Final Fantasy X. If you're judging it by the MSQ, B tier. If you played the post game like I have, which is ass, it's C tier. I love 10's story. Don't get me wrong. I just wish the post game was good. I wish the minigames weren't ass. Blitzball's the only good minigame, and I really want them to add it to the gold saucer, but they just won't do it! Fucking bastards. You add Triple Triad, but you won't add Blitzball. Makes no sense. Final Fantasy X-2. Controversial take again. S tier. I love J-pop. I love the Charlie's Angels vibe the sequel has. And X-2's job system, the dress spear system, is way better than 5's job system. And arguably, in a lot of ways, better than 14's. You know why it's better than 14's and 5's? You can change jobs in combat with the spear grid. You can put multiple jobs on one grid and then follow the grid and just change jobs. And not only that, there are ultimate jobs that you can unlock via side quests that if you travel along the entire grid and light it up, you could then press a button to dress the job change to the ultimate job, and you could just replace the other 2 characters in your party with the ultimate job, and it's almost kind of like a limit break job. So good. Also, I like to add that in the international version, which the PC version is, they added the creature creator, where you can tame monsters, and the AI will kill enemies for you, and you can make a super tough, super powerful monster and train it up, and just sick it on bosses. Such a good game. I'd rather do the 100% run of 10-2 and get full story completion and do every side quest in this game 100 times than do the post game of this one more time after doing it twice. I hate the post game of 10. Fuck it. One of those games where being a completionist made me bitter towards the game that I completed first as a child. It's like, yeah, this is my... You know how most people are like, my favorite game, Final Fantasy game, is the first one I ever beat. Not me! Oh, hell no! Fuck this thing! That Sun Sigil Chocobo race, I want to shoot whoever designed that! I haven't played this, so I don't know. I've played a little bit of it, but not enough to actually judge 11. Ask someone like Xeno to subscribe whether or not you should play Final Fantasy 11 in 2025 and subscribe. Final Fantasy 12. I love Fran and Balthier, but it's A tier. It's such a good game. The Zodiac Age is so good, but it's A tier. I fucking love 12, but it's just not as good as 10, 2, or 9. Even with the Zeppela Simpri, I cannot bring myself to make it S tier just because Bunny Girls. No, sorry, can't. It's A tier. It's objective. 13! Final Fantasy 13, despite my love of it, B tier. It's a guilty pleasure right up there with 8 and 1. I love replaying it, but it's not bad, but it's not good. The post game is solid though, unlike 10. It's just hunts, and I like hunts. Just give me more things to kill, more things to murder, more things to grind, more things to murder the pace for more goodies, more items, just more things to kill. But the story is good. Contrary to what people might tell you, it's actually good. I like the story. It's a good first part of a trilogy. 13-2? A tier, baby! Controversial take again, like 5, but I mean... I love 13-2. I love the plot of 13-2. So good. I would go into why I love it, but that's just major spoilers. So, yeah. And the gameplay, despite being a bit jank in areas, so like most of the fragments, like for the post-game, there's only like one fragment that's really, truly annoying, and that's the one that you have to get with the slot machine. It's like one bad side quest does not lower it to B tier. I'm sorry. It's just one bad side quest versus all of the bad side quests. Except for one, Blitzball. It's like the inverse of 10 in a way. One good side quest. 200 bad ones. One bad side quest. 200 good ones. Gee, where am I placing these games? Lightning Returns. C tier. I like the game, but the plot is it's the weakest one in the trilogy. The ending was weak. The gameplay is basically just Majora's Mask, but with more time. And it's mostly side quest focused. The MSQ is bare bones. You could tell they just wanted to end the trilogy and get it out of the fucking way. It's sad. I wish they put more love into the game. Final Fantasy 15. On launch, C tier. Now it's in guilty pleasure territory with B tier because of the Royal Edition. 15, good game. Jank as fuck, though. It's held together with duct tape. 16, haven't played it yet. But based on what most people have said, because I've watched other people play it, based on the story alone, it's in C tier with A Realm Reborn and Dawn Trail. But the gameplay may push it over the edge. I'm a completionist. Unlike most people who probably just play the MSQ and quit, I would keep going. So maybe the end game is good and I'm missing out. Maybe it's B tier. Maybe it's another guilty pleasure game. But based on the story, C tier. But I can't actually say because I haven't played it myself. Remake. Remake is B tier. I love replaying it, especially now that I discovered some spicy nude mods. You know what I'm saying? But it's a B tier game. Rebirth, same thing, except it has more good side quests, but a lot of bad ones like 3D Brawler that bring it down and deny it to S tier. So, yeah, Rebirth is also A tier. Another controversial placement, because there are people who saw the open world side quests and called it Ubisoft slop and want it to be an F tier because, you know, new game, you either love it or hate it. You cannot have a mixed opinion. That you can't actually review it. Or they loved it so much they want it up here, but it's actually here in my opinion after playing it a lot. I need to finish the hard mode, by the way. But yeah, from what I played of it, A tier. Maybe the hard mode will push it over the edge to S tier, but as of this stream, A tier. Crisis Core. S tier. It's just S tier. Just for the story alone, it's S tier. The missions are a bit grindy, but not that much. And if you're replaying it, you're not really going to, unless you're a streamer, you're not really going to do it for the missions. You're just going to do it for the story. So yeah, Crisis Core, S tier. It's like one of those cases where you can easily beat the story without doing the missions. So you don't really need to care about the post-game whatsoever. And yet, the super boss is really cool and opens up lore implications. So I like that as well. It's not just a generic enemy. It's actually, the super boss has lore. Advent Children here is, I think this is Advent Children. This is the movie. It's not actually a game. But Before Crisis is not on here, so I will use this as Before Crisis. That being said, the movie's really good. I fucking love Advent Children. That should be like an S tier thing, but if it was a game, it'd be an S tier. But since I'm using this as a token for Before Crisis, Before Crisis is C tier. Dirge of Cerberus. I played it. It's not F tier. The plot keeps the game alive. But it's D tier. Ugh. I love Vincent, but third-person shooters are not my jam, and the gameplay is jank. First D tier game. Dirge is in D tier. I haven't played Ever Crisis, so I don't know. Tactics. This is an S tier game. If you do not like this ranking, then blame yourself. Or God. Yes, I was quoting the beginning of the game. Why do you ask? Well, paraphrasing, I suppose. Considering different content. Anyway, point is, Tactics Advance 1 and 2. Haven't played it yet. Haven't got around to playing it. So don't know. Type 0. It's the inverse of Dirge of Cerberus. The gameplay keeps it in D tier. But, the story makes me want to shoot whoever... Look, you think the characterization in Dawn Trail is bad. Everyone's going, oh... Dawn Trail is the Shadowlands of Final Fantasy XIV. The plot is so bad. Fuck Wook Lamont. Nope, that's Type 0. Dawn Trail is the Warlords of Draenor of Final Fantasy XIV. That's not that much of an improvement, but it's still objectively better than Shadowlands. So, I mean... Yes, I do not like the characters in Type 0. They annoy me. Oof. 4 Heroes of Light, haven't played it. I watched HC Bailey play it. Looks like a good game. Dissidia Final Fantasy, haven't played it. Watched the cutscenes. But yeah, I like the story. Dissidia... Duodecim, that's Duodecim. I haven't played it, but I like the cutscenes more in that one. I have played Dissidia NT's story. It's a generic fighting game, and the story is generic. D tier, but it's not D tier because anything sucks, but because it's so below average, it's painful. It's literally just an excuse to make Final Fantasy characters from different worlds fight for fun. Which I'm okay with, but you could tell that the plot is just BS, 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 we want a fighting game franchise. And now they have one. Crystal Chronicles, haven't played it. World of Final Fantasy. S tier, baby. Oh, I fucking love the plot of World of Final Fantasy. I go into why, but that's like major spoilers for multiple Final Fantasy games that they reference. Way better than 14 does at times. And not only that, the implications for the entire Final Fantasy multiverse, or should I say extraverse, are staggering. Yes, I said extraverse! You would know what I'm talking about if you played the game. This is like one of the most important games in the entire fucking overall canon for the entire franchise. It's called World of Final Fantasy for a reason. Get over the cutesy crap and play the damn game. Whiners. I haven't played the rhythm games. I haven't played any of the Chocobo racing games. And controversial take. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin is also S tier because Jack is just that based. So, yeah, that's my list of Final Fantasy games, pretty much, of the ones I played. So, yeah, I guess the ones Zep should start with are 9, I guess technically 10, so you could add the plot context for 10 too. And then the OGFF7 and Crisis Core again to finish that up. Tactics can be played on its own. World of Final Fantasy can be played on its own. And Stranger of Paradise can be played on its own without Final Fantasy 1 context. It does not look, you do not need to have played the original Final Fantasy 1 to appreciate Jack's badassery. So, yeah, there you go. And then it's just 5, 6, 12, 13, and 13-2. The entire Final Fantasy 7 compilation to prepare for Rebirth. Pretty much. And then I would play 8. Actually, since she's already watched the cutscenes on 4, I would play 4, 8, 1, 13, 15. Well, actually, we would have to play 13. You know what I'm saying? I would just... And then 2, 3... I guess finish out the trilogy, Lightning Returns. Before Crisis literally cannot be played unless you're playing the fan remake that I played, because the servers are shut down because it was a mobile game. It was really fun, though. Type 0 can be skipped, Dirge can be skipped, and Dissidia can be skipped. So, yeah, anyway. That's the list. That being said, I will now use outside of 11 and 16. And Ever Crisis, because those are... I will use Tactics Advance. I'll just use these tokens. These tokens will now be repurposed for the continuation of this, because I don't actually have the tokens for the games I want to rank. Because they aren't actually Final Fantasy games. But they should also be played, especially since 14 seems to be referencing these games. Let's just use the Chocobo tokens for the Chrono games. Chrono Trigger! Controversial placement again. A tier! Really good game. Chrono Cross! Controversial placement again for the completely opposite reason. Also A tier. Just a lot of Square Enix games are A tier. It takes a lot to push things into S tier for me. It takes really, really, really good stuff to just look. So yeah, anyway, Trigger and Cross, the duology, Chrono duology, just A tier. In fact, I could just treat them as one game and just go, yep, A tier for both Chrono games. There we go. I haven't actually played the Nier or Drakengard games or watched the cutscenes for the raid and the Shadowbringers raid. So, yeah, no sense ranking them. Haven't got around to it. Okay. That being said, and I'm not really going to rank all Dragon Quest because I haven't played every single Dragon Quest game, but I have played 1 and 2, and, you know. So, I haven't really played The World Ends With You, but I watched the cutscenes on YouTube, and it was fire, and I want to play it. So I'm not going to rank that one either. I mean, the soundtrack is amazing. So, no. So, okay. What am I going to rank? The Chrono Duology I played. Oh, yes. Kingdom Hearts. Can't have a Final Fantasy tier list without Kingdom Hearts being mentioned. The overall Kingdom Hearts franchise up until current is S tier. I love Kingdom Hearts that much. That being said, Kingdom Hearts 1. Actually, I'll just do it like the compilations, like 1.5 and 2. I'll do 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8 and then 3. Just like separate it all out. So, yeah. The 1.5 part of the 1.5 and 2.5 compilation on Steam, which includes Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and 358-2 Days. Mm-hmm. The problem with Kingdom Hearts games is they're all over the place. Kingdom Hearts 1 is A tier. Chain of Memories is B tier. And 358-2 Days doesn't even have the gameplay, just the cutscenes for story context, like the end room in 14. But the story is so good, it's S tier, and I wish they included the game. It's like, ugh. It's like all over the place, you know? So I can't really... So I guess A tier for 1.5, 2.5, just for 1.5. Now 2.5, which is Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, and Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Which, wow, I wonder where my Data Alexandria theory came from. I wonder where the Datascape concept came from. Anyway, Recoded is all just cutscenes, and those cutscenes are just C tier. The gameplay is in 2 and Birth by Sleep. Kingdom Hearts 2 is... Look, even though I like Birth by Sleep's characters more objectively, Kingdom Hearts 2 from a storytelling standpoint is S tier. And Birth by Sleep is A tier. So S tier, A tier, C tier. We'll just do A tier again. So, yeah. Anyway. Now it's time for 2.8. The gameplay and plot of 2.8 is actually quite fire. In fact, Dream Drop Distance and the really short 2.8 lead-in to Kingdom Hearts 3 are both really good games. And from a story and gameplay standpoint are S tier. And then you have the cutscenes and the cutscene viewer from the mobile game, which was asked with all the mobile games cutscenes relevant for like the current saga and the secret ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, which leads into the new saga, are there. So you have all the relevant story context with none of the mobile game BS. Woohoo, man! They cut out all the pointless crap and focus on the relevant parts. And those cutscenes from a storytelling standpoint are A tier. Like an A tier plot tacked onto a mobile game. Why did they do it? So yeah, 2.8 S tier. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, controversial opinion, but I really liked Kingdom Hearts 3 and I really liked Remind. Oof. And even though I haven't finished like the optional hard shit, like the secret episode optional boss fight shit, as like a fan of some of the source material, is just so good. It's S tier. I haven't got there yet. It's hard as balls. And so Kingdom Hearts 3 is just S tier. Melody of Memory, I guess I'm gonna have to do a placement which takes place after 3. It's a rhythm game, but it's a good rhythm game from what I've seen. I haven't played it yet. From the story, it's literally just Dissidia tier. It's just there's like one bit of relevant story afterwards though, like recoded, so maybe C tier for the story. So yeah, anyway. And then Xenogears. I almost forgot about Xenogears. Almost. But I have to rank Xenogears, considering it's technically a Square Enix IP currently. So, Xenogears, S tier. Any questions? I think everyone would agree with me that despite its flaws, Xenogears, from a storytelling standpoint, is so good it deserves to be an S tier. Next! And yeah, that's Xenogears. Even though it's technically now Monolith Games I'm ranking. The entire Xenosaga trilogy, because they're all connected plots, and you can care. And if you play the second game on the PS2 and you have a memory card saved from the first game, some shit carries over, and then some shit carries over from 2 into 3. And even though the gameplay systems are all different and the story is all interconnected, look, Xenosaga, as much as it's my childhood favorite, it's just not as good as Gears. It's A tier. And Xenoblade, the Xenoblade fans are going to be mad at me for this one. I bought the games. I haven't played them yet. The gameplay is interesting. The story is good. But it's no Saga or Gears. Monolith went down in quality, so B tier. The Xenoblade games are B tier. And finally, even though this has nothing to do with Square Enix, Sony, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make a response to the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy VII, a PS1 game that's one of my childhood favorites, known as The Legend of Dragoon. And yeah, it's S tier. And you should play it. Any questions? Hopefully there are no more questions. So yeah, that's the tier list. And yeah, I will clip this and ship it. Back to 14. Oh,